Global Leadership Group presents
Leadership Summit 2026.
Theme: Ethical Leadership for Sustainable Economic Growth.
Leadership Masterclass coming up.
See, if you really want to develop yourself as a leader, particularly as a woman, you need to invest in your development.
Quickly, organizations, yes, benefits from strong mentorship and sponsorship culture if you are able to increase the engagement, and then you grow individuals within the line.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on which side of the globe you find yourself. It's that time of the month again, and Global Leadership Group is very excited to come to you again. This evening, we are talking on the future of leadership, AI, and workplace leadership. This is the best topic for the moment, I tell you. And as usual, Global Leadership Group has found two great resource persons who are very experienced in this area to, in fact, speak to us so that we learn and be able to move our organizations forward as leaders. So we have Reverend Gabriel Della. Reverend Gabriel Della is going to introduce himself to us. Hello, Reverend.
Hello, and it's a pleasure to be with you. I'm glad to be part of this interactive and learning session. My name is Reverend Gabriel Della. I wear two hats. So I'm a senior consultant with eSolutions Consulting, where we offer IT advisory service for government and for leaders, blue chip companies across in Ghana and across Africa. We have a flagship solution called Smart Workplace, which drives a paperless office, which we are deploying across. It's been adopted by government and across other African countries. We are in Kenya, Senegal, and so on. I speak on conferences relating to technology to drive this whole technology agenda. I also double also as the senior pastor for ICGC Wisdom Temple. I'm a reverend minister as it goes, and also helping to empower people to raise global leaders, emerging global leaders, to be able to make impact. That's for short. It's a pleasure to be with you, and I looking forward to a very interactive and a learning session. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to be with us. We are grateful. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Sure. Our next is Mrs. Dede Kafri Odampton. Hello, Mrs. Hello. Hello. Okay. Hello.
Hello,
Yes, please. You are
can you hear
welcome.
me, please?
Yes, I can hear you now. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Please, yes, please. You are very welcomed.
Thank
And
you very much,
yes,
and
please.
thank you for the opportunity to be on this program this evening, or if I may say. Dede Kafrio Dampton is my name. I work with Professional Edge. We are into management and insurance advisory services, as well as corporate and individual training. You can be sure that our trainings are practical and hands on. So, in brief, this is who I am. Thank you.
Welcome. I'm so happy. Thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to be with us. This evening promises to be very, very interesting because we have two gurus to speak to us. So my first question goes to Mrs. Odamson. Um, for our topic, future of leadership, AI and workplace leadership. So leadership has always been about vision and people. In today's world of AI and automation, how do you think the very definition of leadership is evolving?
Thank you very much. So, one would ask, in simple terms, what therefore is leadership? And leadership, in simple terms, is the process of influencing and guiding a group of people to achieve the desired goal or a desired goal. So basically, one will realize that leadership essentially centers around vision and people. And so here we are with the advent of AI. So the question now is, with AI coming in, how does it look like, or how does the definition look like? So what I can say is, with the advent of AI, leaders will be required to adapt to a technological environment, and this will play a major role in decision making. I mean, once AI is coming in, we'll realize that decision making will be affected, problem solving will be affected, and operational efficiency. So, in brief, what I can say is that all these processes will be enhanced as a result of AI. So, data driven decision making, for instance, will be very much enhanced. You are going to get data at a very fast pace, and this will help you analyze, I mean, whatever situation that you have on hand as a leader. It will also guide your decision making process. And when it comes to operational efficiency, um, some of the work that we do are going to be automated. And therefore, once they are automated, you realize that efficiency is going to go high. So what I may say is that leadership is evolving, and the definition is going to involve the addition of technology to enhance leadership skills and functions.
Yeah, yeah, that is very true. That is very true. Thank you so much, madam. Thank you so much. So thank you so much. So Reverend Gabriel, AI is influencing how decisions are made at every level. From your experience, how is it changing the dynamics between leaders, teams, and technology?
It's a pleasure. I think that leadership plays a very, very crucial role, especially in organization, as we look at the role of AI in the workplace leadership. Leadership broadly, as mentioned by Madam Damte, Damte is about influence. However, the importance of leadership as known is so critical that companies have um, instituted or put a system in place within the workplace where it becomes positional. So when we talk about workplace leadership, it's more a positional leadership where you have the chief executive in terms of organogram, the heads of department, then the various teams or units under them. And so you see that people play very leadership roles within the organization because it's more of a positional leadership. Then also, in the era that we are in, within the corporate space, everybody's looking at how do you become very productive? How do you still lead your team? How do you ensure there is a proper strategy, proper alignment, value systems are being adhered to at the workplace? And so the advent of AI is to really assist. For me, it's an assistant, is to assist, so more of assisting the leader to become very efficient. For a leader to be effective as a leader, there are various roles that you are playing. One which we talk about strategy, we talk about planning, we talk about leading the team, influencing the team, and handling human relations, managing the team, inspiring the team, coaching, and all that. So we have the various roles of a leader cut out, and especially for the workplace. The introduction or the advent of AI is to say that AI is not coming to take over everything, but AI is coming to handle certain roles that a leader may spend all his time and energy trying to do, so that with AI handling all of these roles and handling all this automation, the leader will now have saved enough time, enough resource, enough energy to be able to focus on the roles that are more AI centered, are more leadership centered, so that I have various roles there. So, like, for example, to make it very practical, as a leader, you may be taking decisions based on data and all that. And now that, and to analyze data in terms of percentages, direction that you are going. And as a leader, you take decisions based on these data analysis. Instead of you trying to tabulate it, collect the data, and handle all that data as a leader, AI comes in and handle all that data for you, so that, and gives you the information that will help you to make informed decision as a leader. So then again, it makes it very easy for you. It saves you enough time, empowers you to make quality and well-informed decisions. So AI is something that has come to stay. It's tomorrow today. And so it's something that leaders and global leaders all over the world, we start looking at how do we come on board, how do we equip ourselves as leaders to be able to become more productive, more efficient as leaders within the workplace and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So that means the AI is going to assist the leaders, I mean, everyone, especially leaders, to be more efficient, because it's going to do a lot of the routine things for us. Like you rightly said, especially analyzing the data. Now you're going to collate and find out percentages and do comparisons before you write your main report. But this one, at a click of a button, is going to do them for you and even give you suggestions. Yeah, so in that, it will make the leader more efficient. Thank you so much. That's very true. That's very true. So, Ansfede, so as AI takes over more routine or analytical work, what human qualities do you think will define great leaders in the years ahead?
Thank you very much.
Well,
Before I respond to that, I just also want to add to what
Sure.
Reverend has said,
Sure.
that I also believe that AI is also going to enhance team cohesion for leaders. I say so because in the past, we've had leaders being sole decision makers most of the time. But once again, with the advent of AI, I believe that leaders are likely to become facilitators. And through this, they will be able to encourage team cohesion, where they will pick ideas and suggestions from team members to ensure that they achieve their goals and their aims. So this is what I also think about leadership when it comes to the role of teams as well. And then to the question, definitely, on any occasion, one would realize that human intelligence supersedes AI, and therefore, human qualities like emotional intelligence will be qualities that leaders will need as we move forward. I mean, you would need to understand your emotions so as to be able to relate better with people. Like we all are aware, AI doesn't have that kind of human feeling and consciousness. And therefore, one will need to develop your emotional intelligence if you want to succeed as a leader in this environment. Adaptability is another thing. I mean, AI is coming with a lot of changes, and one would need to ensure that you are able to adapt to the technology environment so that you can be effective as what you do. Creativity is key. I mean, if you want to be in business and succeed, you need to be creative. And certainly, with the assistance of AI, you should be able to do better at creativity and innovation. And then, once again, you need to also learn to cultivate relationships and enhance relationship. Relationship building is key. And definitely, this cannot be taken over by AI. So, as leaders, this is one area that we would need to look at and make sure that we build our capacity in these areas. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So the human qualities, adaptability, creativity, and also relationship building. Definitely, AI cannot take care of those. Thank you so much, madam. Thank you. So, Reverend Gabriel, please. Some argue that AI could eventually mimic emotional intelligence. Do you think technology can ever truly understand human emotions, or will that remain a uniquely human strength in leadership?
Definitely, definitely. Leadership is primarily about people. It's people centered. While AI is actually it's a tool which doesn't have the emotional quotient. It doesn't have an emotional quotient. Doesn't process emotions. Is data driven. While human beings or leaders, we have human intelligence, or in terms of emotional quotient, which we have empathy, compassion, trust, and all of these key things are necessary in terms of playing your role as a leader. And so this shouldn't be, people shouldn't fear that AI is going to take over the role. No, it's actually going to enhance the role. We have human intelligence and we have artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence is a tool. It doesn't have emotions, doesn't have empathy, but a leadership, which is human intelligence, we have empathy, we have emotional quotient, and so definitely there is always a clear distinction that AI will not handle that. It's been a talk that people, I mean, there is that fear or phobia, thinking that AI is going to take over and drive that. No, AI will handle data processing, automation, and drive all of those things as a tool to really come out with data analysis, forecast, and all that. But when it comes to the core of the work as a leader, it's still within the human intelligence, and that we need human beings to carry out that. So no fears.
Thank you so much. Thank you for allaying the fears. Yeah. So at this point, I would like to read out some of the comments from our viewers. Kofi Abraham says, "Good evening. Good evening, Kofi. Thanks for joining." And then Ku Kuad okay, Millicent. Millicent also says, "Hello everyone. Hello Millicent. How are you doing? Thanks for joining us." And then Kofi Abraham says, "Hi." Then Andrew Anochi says, "Very interesting topic, and the facilitators are doing justice to the subject. Thank you, Mr. Anochi." And Kofi Abraham says, "I think it's plus to leadership qualities. If utilized well. Okay, so it means I think it's a plus to leadership qualities if utilized well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. So my next question goes to Madam Dede. Um, with AI increasingly being used in hiring, performance tracking, and decision making, how can leaders ensure these tools are used ethically and without bias?
Okay, thank you so much. So I think Reverend said it earlier on that AI is a tool, and
Yes.
AI has to be used to support our work. And in doing this, we do not have to let AI replace human judgment, accountability, and fairness in decision making. We would need to ensure that ethics are upheld when it comes to these things. And so for this calls for human oversight, much as we would use AI in the hiring process and performance management, there is the need for us to have that human oversight, and so that we can mitigate the biases that are in AI. Like we have said, AI doesn't have the empathy and the emotional intelligence and all that. And then we would need to ensure that ethical values are upheld. So definitely we would need to ensure that there is human oversight, and then there is regular audit of this process to ensure that there is fairness, there is no bias, and all biases are also mitigated. Thank you.
Thank you. I like the regular audits. I like the regular audit part so that from time to time, regularly we
Yes.
check and make sure that we are still on track. Yeah, yeah. I like that part so much. Thank you. So, Reverend Gabriel, um, trust has always been at the heart of leadership. Trust has always been at the heart of leadership. How can leaders maintain transparency and trust when AI systems are making or even just informing key workplace decisions?
I think that AI is rather going to make leaders more trustworthy because at the end of the day, they will now be dealing with accurate data. Sometimes when you are a team lead or you are the head of department, and sometimes you kind of have conflicting information or data that you are using to make your decision. Your team members kind of get really confused with direction you are going and with the accuracy of the decision you are making. However, when your information and your decision making is now AI driven, it becomes more it becomes more accurate. Your analysis becomes more accurate, and everybody could attest and speak to the numbers, and so it makes it quite more accurate. If let's say I'm working as a team and we have a number of customers we are running, or we have a support team, how many support tickets have come in, how many have been completed, how many are standing. This is information that is already available. And so when I'm speaking as a leader and say that, hey, we have 500 tickets open, and out of that, or 500 tickets, support tickets, for example, coming in within the month, and out of that, only about 60% have been closed, 30% are still pending, and then maybe 10% have not even been started at all, or another 10% is on hold. This information given to me or being empower me as a supervisor or as a leader for the team is data driven, is AI driven, and so it's not a cook story. And so when I'm driving the team and leading them and trying to make sure that things are done well, the team begin to trust the information, the data and the decision that I'm making, because it's not cooked up, and there is no, I'm not personalizing you, I'm not picking on you. No, my decisions are data driven. It becomes very fair, and the entire team are able to query the data, verify the data, and so it builds more trust in terms of what we do. But when leadership is just open to personal feelings, personal suspicions, personal thing, I mean, people feel attacked, or people feel that, hey, it's fair, or how did you verify that I'm not working well or I'm not doing my best? What's the data that shows it, or what's the evidence? But in an AI-driven environment, or in an environment where there is automation, especially in the workplace, then the decisions are well informed, it's open, and there's trust. And so people begin to trust the leader more, begin to also trust their decisions, and there's also fairness and equity across the team. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Mrs. Odamisi, please, do you have anything to add to what Reverend just said? Like
I
trust.
believe, yeah, sorry. I believe Reverend has done justice to
He really has. He really
Yes.
has.
No, in fact, really,
He
I thought
really
that
has.
question should go to you, being in that a human capital role, where people come to you about performance issues and oh, I'm not being assessed fairly.
That's true, but like I said, you did justice to it, so
Yeah.
Thank you.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So, Miss Adamson, looking at the skills required for the future, what capabilities should leaders start developing now to stay relevant in an AI-powered environment?
Okay. So certainly, to be able to stay in the AI powered environment, and excel, leaders will need to understand what AI is all about. The fundamentals of AI will need to be understood by leaders. Additionally, I also believe that leaders will need to develop specific technical skills, specific AI technical skills. Um, and this would also include building their human capabilities. When I'm talking about specific AI technical skills, certainly AI that will be deployed in a medical environment will be different from what will be deployed in the financial sector. And so, wherever a leader finds themselves, one would expect that in addition to knowing the fundamentals of AI, you would also go a step further and develop the AI technical skills relevant for your industry. And that is how you can succeed in this AI environment. And then this would also include technology literacy, data interpretation, and like I mentioned earlier, the emotional intelligence, ethical reasoning, and then empathy. Leaders will need to develop all these skills to ensure that they remain relevant and succeed in their various areas.
Sure, sure. Yeah, that's true. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Reverend Gabriel, please, do you have anything to add to what Mrs. Odamting has said on this topic? Like looking
Just
at
to
the
add that,
skills. Okay.
I think that in every era, new things are emerging, and as leaders, we must be on the cutting edge. To be on the cutting edge means that what are the new trends? What are the new technologies? What are the new processes that can enhance your work or your role as a leader? And so, one of the things that I want to encourage everyone is to have an open mind. When you are open and you are open to embrace new technologies to make your work better, then the better you can be able to achieve and perform at a top-notch level. If we still get stuck in our old ways and using old approaches and tools, then the kind of speed and the kind of performance or influence you want to make as leader will become very, very slow. In this era, you want to encourage speed. It's time to learn the tools, learn AI tools, learn about automation, implement them, and move with speed. Sometimes we must also, as leaders, we must be on that cutting edge by unlearning certain things. We must learn, unlearn, and relearn. And it's a continuous process as a leader to stay on the cutting edge. And in this era of AI, I just also want to add my voice to encourage all leaders to be open-minded, to embrace this AI, to really help them to become more effective. In a very practical sense, you may, for example, as a leader, there are things that you need, and that's why in most organizations, companies, leaders have those in leadership positions, by and large, have, for example, secretaries. So you have MDs have secretaries, head of departments have secretaries. In a very practical sense, they have secretaries because there are certain mundane activities that it's not for them to be wasting their time tabulating data or drafting some certain normal letters they have to respond to and all that. They leave it to secretaries to do that or review reports for them. They write the report, the secretaries who have to review it and all that. In this era of AI, and the AI tools are there to help you review it better, whether grammatically or reconstruct the report in a very professional way. The AI tools are there to enhance your work as a leader in a very practical sense, to review that document, help you polish the report. You have the information, you have it, but the AI tool is going to make sure that it's well put together, it's grammatically correct, all I's are dotted, all T's are crossed, and to present the report in a very professional way. I think sometimes better than what the secretary would do, another human secretary would do. And so the AI is there to assist you better. Even if you are in a team, AI is going to help you as a leader to be more effective. Sometimes you may need to help team members to co-review. And so we have a peer review sessions where another person can review your report, your document, or something you are writing. I mean, the AI is going to help you to also do that. Instead of delaying and dragging here and there, the AI will empower you. Even peer review, make it even much better. You can all review documents together, review reports together, collate joint reports together. Sometimes secretaries will have to sit down and in coming out with a big report, pick one information from another unit, another team member, and the secretary have to come and sit down and collate all the information together and try to understand together and come out. I mean, with that kind of cohesion, all the information sources can be put together in a co-authoring environment, and the AI and the automation platforms will quickly piece everything together and churn out the report. So AI is going to really empower us, even as leaders in this in this age, to be able to achieve more and to move with speed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reverend. Thank you. So we are about to go on break, but I would like to read just these few comments from our viewers. Mr. Ishmael Bonnie says, very insightful section. Thank you so much, Mr. Bonnie. So Madam Millicent says, adaptability, creativity, and emotional intelligence make leaders different from AI. That's very true, Millicent. Thank you. Kofi Abraham says, the AI is not a threat to leadership at all, but must be adapted by leaders to utilize it well. Okay. So Mr. Otudaku Dankwa says, how can we employ AI to enhance growth in an institution like the church? Okay, Mr. Otu, thank you so much. I'm sure your question will be answered. We are going on a short break, after which we'll be right back. Thank you.
Global Leadership Group presents
Leadership Summit 2026.
Theme: Ethical Leadership for Sustainable Economic Growth.
Leadership Masterclass coming up.
Okay, welcome back. So, Reverend Gabriel, please, for organizations with leaders who are skeptical or even fearful of AI, what practical steps can help them enhance this change with confidence?
I believe that companies should really drive one of their core values should be innovation. If innovation is something that is at the forefront or part of the core values of organizations, then it makes the employees to be open to new technologies, to new things to come. When they see it right from the top, that the top leadership is really open to innovation, is open to technology, is open to AI, then the entire staff will also begin to embrace it. In fact, usually as leaders, people follow. So the team will follow you as a leader. And so when they don't see that the leader is really open to new things, open to innovation, the entire team kind of resist it. But when the top leadership is very innovative and is agile and wants to drive change, it kind of rubs on the entire team, and everybody is really open to change, open to new things, and open to new technologies, especially in this era of AI. So I believe that leadership at the company is very key to really open up the floor and to help people to really drive that desire and appetite for people to embrace AI and new technologies that come.
Thank you. So the leaders themselves must embrace it. They themselves must embrace it.
They have to be at the forefront. Exactly.
Yeah,
they must champion it and they must drive it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Then their team members will also, in fact, have no choice than to follow. Yeah. Okay. So, Madam Kafi, please, what can you share in addition to what Reverend has said on this topic?
Okay, so in addition to what Reverend has said,
Yeah.
I believe that employees will need to own the whole AI project, if I may call it so.
Okay.
I have realized that when employees have buy-in in management decisions, most of the time they give it their all. And so it will be good to involve employees in AI tool selection, the pilot testing, developing of ethical frameworks and all that, so that they would buy into it and give it their all. I also believe that we need to have hands-on training for employees. Definitely in an organization, you are going to have people who are born before computer, the Gen Zs who are computer savvy, and therefore AI comes to them easily and all that. So it will be necessary to have a practical hands-on training so that everybody will be on the same page. And then, just like I've mentioned, it will also be good to leverage on the characteristics of each of the generations. For instance, if we have realized that we have quite a number of Gen Zs in the organization and they are computer savvy, it will be good to leverage on their strengths so that they can work, cordially with the born before computers who may have certain fears. Some of them are very good, I must say. Some may have certain fears and inhibitions. But if we are able to leverage on their characteristics and the strengths of all these generations that we have in the organization, I believe we would have a very successful AI implementation as well as get work enhanced and performed well. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome. But madam, your camera went off. So I don't know. Maybe if I
Okay.
missed your hand.
Yes, yes. Sorry,
Okay.
sorry about that.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So since we didn't see you before you were talking, so I would like to ask you another question so that we can see you.
That's fine.
All right, thank you. So, madam, if we fast forward 10 years, what does an AI empowered leader look like to you? What kind of mindset will define success?
I believe that if we fast forward 10 years, an empowered leader would have to be somebody who deeply understands technology. I mean, that is the key, one of the keys to it. Technology has come to stay and it is going to move at a fast pace. So a leader would need to have a deep understanding of technology and move with it. Continuous learning is one of the keys. We need to continuously learn new things that are happening. And like Reverend mentioned earlier on, learn and then relearn. And then above all, the leader would have to be human centric. Once you are human centric and you share in human values and also build up your emotional intelligence, those that we have mentioned earlier on, the empathy and all that, you need to have all that to be able to excel 2 years from now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. That's very true. So, Reverend, please, you have any other view you would like to add to it for us?
Oh, I think Madam has really touched on it,
Yeah.
and so she's really done well with that.
Okay.
Maybe what I also add, especially within the workplace, is to really encourage whether all the staff and all the team members and all leaders that we need to really embrace change and embrace it quickly. The world is moving at a very fast pace, and if we don't really become really agile in terms of the speed at which we adapt, we change and transform our organizations will be out of business very soon. And we must always be, very futuristic in our strategy, in our planning. It has to be tomorrow, today. And so these are things that we don't have to wait till it comes. We have to adapt quickly. I remember, let me just use this very practical example. Some years back, that's about 10 years, when this whole era of mobile money system came, and especially in Ghana, we were really moving, especially with the banks, encouraging them to really adopt mobile money in their banking operations. And many of them were resistant. They were there, and by the time they realized, MTN just picked on the idea and went to market, speed. And so for them to now come back, and they have bank accounts for their customers, but now their customers will now move their money from their bank account and put it in their mobile money account so they could use to do mobile money transactions. So at the end of the day, somebody's a salary worker, he gets salary, and as a banker, the more funds you keep, that's what you're going to work with, and that's where you're going to get interest and all that and borrow. And now when people receive salary, most of them will move majority of that fund, move it away from their bank account and put it in their mobile account. So by the time that the banks will now start coming to roll out mobile money, look, they were, it was becoming very, very difficult. So really, the fast at which we adapt, we change and adopt technology, the better. And especially in this era of AI, every leader should really embrace it, should really implement it and use it within their organizations to really transform and give more value to their companies. Thank you.
Thank you. That's very true. And I'll read a few other comments from okay, Mr. Abraham. I think he's responding to, or he was commenting on what Otsuda Kundankwa has said, that how can we employ AI to enhance growth in an institution like the church? So Kofi Abraham says, haha, ha ha ha. In the church, we operate with divine intelligence.
Oh no, I just want to touch on that
Okay.
briefly in terms of church, and I'm one of the few people that really encourages and churches to embrace technology, use it, and especially in this era of AI, even use it more. I'll give you a very practical example. I was there when I received a call, a really, really panic call from someone saying that, please, who am I? Am I speaking with anyone from ICGC Wisdom Temple? I said, yes. How may I help you? Please, one of your members is really in a very critical condition at Insawam, and there's an accident on the Kumasi Road, and we need to really rush them quickly to the nearby hospital for immediate attention. Unfortunately, on calling the ambulance, they need us to send some fuel money for them to be able to come to the scene to do that. In this panic reaction, I said, okay, quickly. So I just asked, who is that member? What's the name? He said, oh, the only name we had is Abigail. Really? I said, okay, all right. Okay, thank you very much. I'll get back to you. Now, so all I need to do is I went into our church management system. I just searched, and there was nobody called Abigail like that. And so, you can imagine in this era of AI, I could just speak to and say, Siri, kindly check the system. Is there anybody in this condition like this? No. And so, as a pastor, I'm using AI and the tools and church management to really drive the church. Some even attendance is captured within the church management system. And so there are sometimes some of the members, I'll just call them. Oh, hello, how are you? Oh, Susan, it's been a while. I've not seen you in church for 3 weeks now. I hope all is well. And they get startled. Why? I'm not using spiritual intelligence. I'm using artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Because there's a data that the system will tell me this member has not been in church for three weeks or for 3 months. And I'm able to just quickly do a follow-up call, and I'm able to do that. And so it's important, whether in every area in church, particularly as pastors, as leaders, as shepherds, if we really want to connect with members and really get to know them and attend to their needs, we really need all of these technology AI tools to really empower and enhance the work that we are doing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Reverend. So, Mr. Abraham, I hope you have listened to Reverend. Okay, so Millicent says AI will facilitate speed. And then Kofi Abraham comes back. He said, a leader must explore to create more rooms for improvement and development. Rich Code Joyman said, great insights. Please, how do we ensure ethical use of AI within the team? And Andrew Anochi says, the importance of AI in the future cannot be overemphasized. And I believe who a great leader is will surely be defined by the extent and depth of knowledge and how effective to use the AI tool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Madam Kafui, finally, do you believe AI will make leadership more human or less human in the long run?
Okay. Um, I believe that ultimately AI will make leadership more human in the long run, because it will be augmenting the leaders' capabilities and enhancing their, what do you call it, their skills, if I may call it so. And this will enable them focus more on the human qualities, like I have mentioned earlier on, and then be able to do the work they would be able to do, place more emphasis on the tasks that they would be required to do without the use of AI. So you are going to realize that systems are going to be automated, and it will make the work easier. If I may look at an example like the centers that we have now, most of them are automated, and this frees the hands of team members to do other work and be more creative in looking at other aspects of the strategy of the organization and all that. So I believe that in the long run, leaders are going to be more human because they will need to focus a lot more on the human values and the human aspects as well.
Yeah, in the long run, leaders are going to be more human because they'll focus more on that side of the work that the AI cannot do. Because the AI doesn't have emotional
Intelligence, it doesn't
uh,
have empathy, it doesn't have consciousness,
doesn't have conscience, doesn't have
feelings. Yeah.
feelings, doesn't have all those. So the leaders will focus on that one, and then the AI will do the other side. Then the data and things, the AI will analyze those. Then the leaders will look at the analysis that the data has done to make proper decisions, right?
Judgment.
Yes, proper judgments. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. In fact, I wish we have more time because personally I've learned a lot, and I'm very sure the comments from our viewers, you can see that they are also enjoying the program and they've learned so many things from the two of you. We are so grateful to you, so grateful. God bless you. Thank you so much. In fact, Oliver Twist will definitely ask for more. So when we come, thank you so much. And then I want to use this opportunity to inform all of us that Global Leadership Group is having a leadership summit, which is coming off on the 20th of February 2026. The theme is Ethical Leadership for Sustainable Economic Growth. It will be coming off at the British Council. So we'll be doing more adverts so that you book in your calendar and then prepare and come and join us. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And next month by this time, we'll come around with another very interesting topic. Thank you and goodbye.
Global Leadership Group presents
Leadership Summit 2026.
Theme: Ethical Leadership for Sustainable Economic Growth.
Leadership Masterclass coming up.